So what I'd like to introduce you to today is a little different version. Sometimes I call this breathing dog, and it's more about feeling the prana, the energy distributing throughout your system and kind of working with the breath than it is about getting the position exactly right. So if you like love down dog and you love doing it a certain way, I would just invite you to try something a little different. So we're going to come to the mat. And by the way, if you don't want to do, if you're not warm and you don't want to do it, just put your hands on the wall. I'll show you how to do it that way too. I'm going to move my camera a little bit so you can see better, see my mat better. Sorry, that kind of messed it up for Instagram, but I hope you can still see. Okay. So from the mat, I don't mind if your hands are right under your shoulders. And in fact, it might feel a little bit more interesting to do it that way. And if you really love walking your hands out in front, by all means, give it a try. We're going to curl the toes under. We're going to shift the hips forward. Take a breath in, lift your chest and face. And when you exhale, start to lift the hips up and back as if the breath is lifting them up. And then inhale back down to your knees. Do this a few times just to kind of get ready for the pose, and then exhaling up and back. Okay, let's do a few more. Inhaling onto the knees, lifting chest and face, and exhaling up and back. You don't have to straighten your legs or even get your heels to the floor. That doesn't matter. One more time. Now this time we're going to stay in the pose, and here's where we're going to work the breath in the dog. Okay, so the inhale, or let's start with the exhale. So the exhale, wherever you are, just go ahead and exhale, is letting the knees and even the elbows, I know the yoga police don't like this, knees and elbows soften and the belly draws in a lot. Okay, now when you're ready to inhale, use your inhale to imagine that you're distributing prana and energy from your hands to your heels. That's your inhale. Exhale, everything starts to kind of swirl in and consolidate in the navel. And then the inhale, you start to get really long everywhere. Exhale and you soften and the energy moves into the belly. Okay, one more time. And then when you're ready, come down to your knees. Now, if you were too cold for that, or you kind of weren't ready for it, or it felt too strenuous, another way to do this is using a wall. And I'm just going to come over here to the wall. I hope you can still see me. and at the wall, you do the same thing. So you exhale, elbows and knees, and it's a little more subtle, so you might feel it a little more. And then inhale and distribute energy from your wrist to your heels. You can even lift your toes and push down into the ball mounts of your fingers if you like. And exhale, there's a softness. So what I hope that you will play with this. I hope you'll play with this practice. And what I hope that you discover as you play with it is, I'm going to get down here. I hope what you discover as you play with this practice is that the breath is a really super important part of an asana. It's not only a super important part of an asana, it's also like you could say it's like the catalyst of the asana. So you're doing this particular musculoskeletal thing while you're doing the asana, so you've got your muscles involved and the bones and the joints, all that's involved. Then you lay the breath on top of it, and then it just starts to do different things to your nervous system. I hope that what you sort of felt there was a little bit of what's called brahmana. It means like upward moving energy. Okay, so that's it for today. I think I'm going to do some more of these subtle approaches to asana videos. Let me know if you'd like them. Let me know what poses you'd like me to do. I'm happy to pull out some other poses and have fun with them. And I hope that was fun for you. Please leave a comment, and I'll see you next week. Lots of love.